Recently, computer forensics has been in the headlines. At a recent cybersecurity symposium, headlines were made not in regards to the evidence found, but rather the absence of evidence. As I watched the event and I also saw some of the tweets that came out of it, I realized that it's hard to understand forensics. Too often we think it's easy. We think it's just merely looking at an image and seeing what's going on. And what you don't realize is, especially in forensics, you're not seeing the operating system as you normally see it. As Rob Graham indicated, what you're trying to sift through is a lot of things you don't understand and a lot of things that you can't pin down exactly to what's going on. Case in point, let's look at FTK Imager. FTK Imager is a pretty standard forensic tool that allows you to take an image of a hard drive. It then allows you to also look at the hard drive. And what you're looking at is what I could kind of call the flat view of it. So while you're looking at it, you're not seeing the mounted drive, you're seeing the file systems. You're seeing the ones and zeros out there. You're seeing hexadecimals. So sometimes you have to know like how things are structured in a program before you can understand what you're looking at. So here, for example, is a sample image of a hard drive. And I've got several partitions. And you drill down and you've got supposedly orphan, unallocated space, down here in partition 2. And as if you are familiar with the folder structure of a Windows environment, things start to look a little bit more familiar. Program files x86, users, and what you're looking for is, like where are the Windows event logs located when it's not a mounted system. I mean, bottom line, a Windows machine in this DD format, when you're looking at it from a forensic standpoint, looks totally different than a Windows machine when it's booted. So if you're not familiar with how things should look and what you're looking at, things can look suspicious. The same is true for things like Wireshark. I mean, these logs are very chatty, and sometimes you have to understand what's going on in the environment, in the network, to see what's normal. So when you do forensics, you want to make sure that you do some of these steps before the incident so you understand what is the normal traffic, what is the normal evidence files looking like in your environment. You don't want to be doing this after the event. You want to get the resources and get the expertise ahead of time so that you establish a baseline. What is normal in your network? Another way you can have a forensic view of your machine, and this is actually cloud-based, so you can look at it after the fact, is the Microsoft Defender. It used to be called Defender ATP, and now it's called Microsoft Defender for Endpoints. And what this gives you is a timeline view of what's going on in your machine. And again, it's one of those things you have to see what is normal, because here you've got events in here that say an unknown process changed the protection. And for my machine, I know that's perfectly normal. I see it often. So establishing what is normal in environment is key to really using forensics to your advantage and making sure that you understand nefarious things versus normal things. Bottom line, computer forensics takes time and logs. You need to make sure that you've enabled your network to capture this information. You need to make sure that logging and these logs are stored elsewhere off the machine. It's not a project that one should do quickly. You want to take time to understand your environment. Bottom line, forensics is not easy. It takes expertise and it takes planning. Take the time now when you don't need it for planning when you do need it. Until next time, this is Susan Bradley for CSO Online.